Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. Welcome to Hanover. Welcome to Hannover Impuls, and of course, welcome to the Global Investment Convention, the 8th edition. My name is Peter Eisenschmidt. I'm with Hannover Impuls, the economic development agency in the city and region of Hanover, and I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to talk about Hanover and our federal state, Niedersachsen, and why this region, this city, this state is a very good city, a very good region for you to expand your business activities into the German market and into the European market. Our state, the federal state of Niedersachsen, is not only, in my opinion, the most beautiful state in Germany. There are many reasons for this. Touristic reasons, beautiful landscapes, sea, mountains, a rich cultural heritage. But today we are talking, of course, about business. And Germany is an innovative country, and within Germany, our region was always one of the most innovative, one of the most important regions which contributed a lot to Germany and to German innovation. In many areas Germany is known for. German beer, the way you know it, the Bock beer was first brewed in our region. It were people in our region who were the first who played soccer or football in Germany. But also in other areas, in engineering, there were major contributions to the world, which has a worldwide impact being done here in our region. Automotive plays a very important role, and it was here that the first time in world history a person, Mr. Büssing, had the idea to use the then newly invented combustion engine not only to transport people, but also to transport goods, and by that invented the truck. Other people, other persons were here, were active here, were in this environment and did a lot of impulses and impacts on many areas in science and engineering. It was the first time here that people drilled for oil worldwide, north of Hanover, and by that changed the whole industrial revolution after the steam engine. Continental, the famous tire manufacturer, with major innovations in rubber technology, changed the whole way mobility could be used. But then there were also individual persons like the Grimm brothers. You may know them because of the fairy tales, the worldwide known fairy tales, but they were also here professors in the then kingdom of Hanover, being linguists, and did a lot for the German language and a lot for the German culture. Carl Friedrich Gauss, the prince of mathematics, probably the most influential mathematicians in world history. You have heard about him, you learned his formulas during your studies at high school or university. He lived here, he worked here. The same with Leibniz, the famous philosopher, the inventor of the binary system, who made by that, without knowing it in that time, the digitalization possible. But it's of course not only looking back into the history. This is important because those are the roots a region has. It's also the look into the future, from tradition to future. Here, as an example, the very famous Volkswagen bus, which is produced actually in Hanover, and which sees now reinvention as an electric vehicle. Our whole region is facing major changes, major transitions right now, like industries all over the world. Innovations are necessary, and the major factors which have an impact right now on our industries are, of course, the energy crisis, the war in Ukraine, and the decision by the German government to make a total switch from carbon-based energy sources towards renewables. This includes wind energy, this includes biomass, this includes production of hydrogen based on renewable energies, changing the whole energy supply from carbon-based to alternative to renewable energy sources. Impacts like this, but also then the further need of digitalization are driving the industries right now, are driving our industries, and combined with the lack of skilled personnel, which we have here right now in Germany, this means for companies from abroad, business opportunities to deliver solutions for the need, which are here in Germany, which are also here in our region. Nevertheless, our region is the #1 region in Europe regarding R&D investments. This is connected to some of the major companies. I've mentioned Volkswagen, I've mentioned Continental. There are hidden champions like Sennheiser, worldwide leading company for microphones, for headsets, everything with acoustics, the same with Kindhörgeräte, hearing aids. Suppliers of the automobile industry like Wapco, Komatsu, Johnson Controls, etc. And then also a lot of important federal research institutes in areas like aviation, the DLR, the German National Agency for Aerospace, in biotechnology, in agriculture, in infectious diseases, extremely important in this time of Corona, etc., etc. In total, the whole environment here is a highly innovative environment, driven by skilled people, driven by people with new ideas, and we would like to invite you to become part of these industries. The industries which are important here, and we will go into some more into detail as some of them are focused in this edition of the Global Investment Convention, are of course automotive, connected to this industrial engineering, information, ICT, information technologies, extremely important. Companies like Volkswagen are making a major shift from. Let's have a look on the industries which are important for our region, and I will go into some of them a little bit more into detail as they are focus of this edition of the Global Investment Convention. It's of course automotive, I already mentioned it's the big ones, Volkswagen, Continental. Connected to that, a lot of engineering, industrial engineering, production engineering, robotics, Industry 4.0, digitalization of production processes. Another important area, and this is part of this GIC, is agriculture, agri-technic, and food industries. Extremely important. I will show some numbers later. Other areas, energy solutions, more important than ever, but also then things like industries like creative industries. Creative industries is by definition all companies, all jobs which are making money by being creative, like designers, like musicians, artists, journalism, dancing, theater, whatever. And those industries are important, of course, first of all, for the cultural life, to make a city more livable, but also because the people there have learned to be, of course, creative, have learned to be innovative, and have learned to always do the first step, being the first to do the steps ahead. And we as Hannover Impuls, for example, see here one part of our mission to connect those mindsets, those thinking with the, let's say, more established industries, and by that helping those industries to gain or to keep the momentum of being innovative. Let's have a look into more detailed let's have a more detailed look into industries. Banking and finance, the first one here. Looking on Germany in that industry, in that area, you first of all think, of course, about Frankfurt, and no doubt about this. Frankfurt is the #1, of course. But then there are other cities like Cologne, like Munich, and like Hanover, who are then on the second rank. 25,000 jobs in that area. One of the leading companies in insurance and financial industries are headquartered here, like the Talangs, like the Hanover Reinsurance. We have a lot of insurance companies in the field of health insurance. Here we have a lot of connections towards medical technology, healthcare, life science, which are also playing a major role here, which are supported by us at Hannover Impuls. And altogether here we have here a highly dynamic environment, which see also a lot of changes, a lot of challenges with cybersecurity, with fintech solutions. And here then also there's a connection to the ICT, to the digitalization world, and we are bringing those worlds together. Logistics. Hanover, and we will see it later when we look more onto Hanover, is by tradition a logistic hub in Central Europe. The major traffic connections are crossing here in our city, at our city, and this combined with the fact that we are the first destination in the so-called hinterland of the major ports in Northern Europe, like Rotterdam, like Hamburg, like Wilhelmshaven, leads to the fact that we are a major logistic location in Central Europe with 58,000 jobs and 2,600 companies are being located here. An airport which is open 24/7 for air cargo, and this together brought us a lot of major companies being active here in all areas of logistics, industrial logistics, trade, e-commerce solutions, courier, package deliveries, but also then all the after-sales services for like how to handle returning packages in e-commerce, etc., etc. Distribution centers for major companies like Volkswagen, Mercedes, Amazon, or Weatherford are here. And so the whole industry plays a major role in Hanover. And if you are from this industry, it may definitely make sense to look on Hanover to check what business opportunities and expansion opportunities are here existing for you. Construction field, the construction area, our state is number 4 in Germany. 88,000 jobs, about 12.5 billion euro turnover, and more important, 207 billion euro plan for infrastructure investment. We have in Germany a highly developed infrastructure. Many of the investment had been done in the 1980s, 1990s, and there is now time for reinvestment, for new investment in that field, combined with the lack of labor shortage, which we have here in Germany, which I already mentioned, leads to the conclusion that this means that companies from abroad have here their opportunities to explore, to expand into the market. Food industry, agri-tech, Niedersachsen, Lower Saxony, our federal state, is number 1 in Germany. Around 30% of the whole value generated in Germany is generated here in Niedersachsen. It's not only 390,000 jobs, it's also an interesting combination. On the one side, very small companies. Many of the farms and the animal breeders are still family-owned small businesses. But then, on the other side, this whole industry is highly internationally connected, exporting the goods to 130 plus countries. There are some major players like Nordzucker, sugar production company, Grimme in agri-tech, but then also food industry companies like Bausen, very famous cookie company being headquartered here in Hanover. This whole industry is, of course, not only because of the war in Ukraine, seeing a lot of challenges, a lot of changes. And again here, changes mean business opportunities, and with the international connection of the whole industries, it makes for you an entry into the market, finding the right partners very easy. We as Hannover Impuls, as a business and economic development agency, are a subsidiary, 100% subsidiary by the city and the regional government. We are supporting some of the industries we are mentioned, where we do active networking activities to bring together companies and people. We have experts from industries, we have experts from marketing, we have experts from administration, a pool of great people who together combine their expertises to make the things for companies as easy as possible. I'm responsible for the international activities of the region of Hanover, and we are here together with our partners to help you expand your business into Hanover. And Hanover means being in a highly attractive region, which has the city itself 550,000 people around, the greater region 1.2 million people, the federal state 8 million people. That may be not that big compared to some of the metropolises in your country, probably. But then if you look on the catchment area of 56 million people in 300-kilometer radius, which is a distance you can do very, very easy in Germany, 130 million people in around 500-kilometer radius. This is a very high customer potential you can reach out of Hanover in Central Europe. Some of the general statistics show that Hanover is above the German average regarding purchasing power and GDP. On the one side, this reflects that we are economically very strong positioned. On the other side, we are a very green city. We are a very safe city. Hanover people are among the most content-happy people in Germany. The city is one of the greenest in Germany. As mentioned, it's very safe and a very creative city, which a rich cultural life. So it's very nice. It's very enjoyable to be in Hanover. So for you can not only come here to work, you can bring your families with international schools and a highly international city which welcomes people. This makes things for you in Germany very easy. Here again, the catchment areas, it's not only about Germany itself, but it's also then about the neighboring countries, Poland, Czech Republic, Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, where we also have then, of course, a lot of important industry regions which offers business opportunities. I've mentioned the transport infrastructure. Here the Autobahn, the major Autobahn from Scandinavia to Italy, to Southern Europe, from Western Europe, from France, Netherlands, Belgium to Eastern Europe, Poland are crossing here, and this is then also reflected, this transport infrastructure, by when we look on the railroad connections, not only rail cargo, which I already mentioned are extremely important, but then also passenger transportation. The Hanover train station is a train station in Germany with the highest number of high-speed train connections, and this is a highly convenient way to travel to all the major destinations in Germany to meet their business partners. The airport is not only 24-hour open for air cargo, what we have learned when we looked on the logistics. It is also then an important regional airport with a lot of destinations to all major European destinations. So it's not only about out of Hanover reaching Germany, it's also about out of Hanover reaching Europe. And this whole geographic location of Hanover with the good connections to all the major Central European regions led to the decision after the Second World War in 1947, it was now actually last week 75 years ago, that the then British military government made the decision to establish an export trade fair to reconnect the German economy after the Second World War. And out of this, the world's largest trade fair had been developed. The Deutsche Messe AG, Hanover Fairs, is a worldwide leading trade fair organizer, with being owner of one of the world's largest trade fair facilities, but also doing a lot of international trade fairs. For you, as a company being located in Hanover, that means that you each year have millions of visitors business people coming to Hanover for the trade fairs, like the Hanover Fair, the world's largest industrial trade fair, like specialized trade fairs, the International Automobile Exhibition for commercial vehicles, specialized trade fairs in the field of material handling, of automation, of robotics, but also trade fairs like the Agritechnica, focusing on agri-tech solutions, the world's largest trade fair in that field. That means you are here in Hanover not only to do business and being connected, but also companies, partners, business people come to Hanover and you can meet them in your city. And by that, I would like to conclude this presentation. I hope I was able to give you some insights about Hanover, and I would like to end with an important message. Hanover loves me and Hanover loves you. Welcome home. We would be happy to help you that Hanover will become your home in Germany. And by that, I would like to say again, thank you very much for attending this Global Investment Convention, and I would be happy to talk to you very soon about your plans in the German market. Thank you very much.